Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we have another Creator Club episode. This is part 26. Um, Trying to build on from last season. Got 10th, did quite well. Could have been much better. Unfortunately, we lost our star player. As you can look friendly wise, we are currently unbeaten. And as for the transfer, I will take you through what we have done. So, we have from we have signed Joselu Gonzalez, the centre half that was with us on loan. He's done okay. We have loaned him out for more experience to Blackburn Rovers. Promising centre half Jens Milgram can also play holding mid. I have brought him to play as a defender, although he's really good statistically. Paid £10 million for him, I believe. We brought Igor, a winger or centre forward, Brazilian. We have loaned him back to his parent club. We paid £10 million for him. On the reports, he was only 3.5 star. He was higher than that, and I believe 22 is when they stop. Um, he's gone down quite drastically, unfortunately. Could be a bad bit of business. One of our main purchases, Jesus Santos, a 6'6", 14 stone, with agility, balance, pace, finishing, first touch, and flair. Can play in a number of positions. I have brought him to play as a deep lying forward. He's best off for left by the look of things, but I want him as a centre forward. I've tried to develop him here into a advanced forward. I think he's got everything he needs to be an advanced forward. We paid £35 million for him, which at the time was a club record. Um, he hasn't scored a lot of goals for Rennes. I think he could be something half decent, you know. Also, when it comes to transfers, we then broke our own record. We were desperate for a goalkeeper. This guy fit the bill. Dennis Seaman. I've seen him in a lot of saves, be a real star player. He was a very, very tough player to get hold of. We ended up having to pay a fair amount of cash to get this guy in, and we eventually did. We also brought in, and I believe it was literally, I think he may have just signed yesterday. We got Ollie Brennan. He is signed to be a centre half. I may have to do his development here, which I will do right now. I want him to be a ball playing defender. We've got him on loan with a mandatory future fee of £37 million. This was a must, in my opinion. We really, really needed him to come in as soon as possible. On the outs list, if I can get down here. So when it comes here, obviously we've lost Endrick. I've tried everything to loan this guy back, by the way. Absolutely nothing happening. So on the out list, lots of loans, as you can see. But the further we go down, we sold Simon Coates, who never really played for us, to Borussia Mönchengladbach for £9.5 million. We sold Victor Hugo to Salzburg for £9 million. Didn't really do anything at all. Joan Garcia, our first choice goalkeeper, we sold him for £2.9 million. He done quite well for us. Kruger's gone out on loan, and Velasco's gone out on loan. We're also trying to get rid of a fair few more players as we go, and I am also looking for more players as we go as well. I still have 17 million in the budget, but as for now, the league season is about to start. We're kicking off at home to Leeds. I believe that is the side we're going with. It is quite strong. I still feel as though, and I'm a little bit disappointed with this guy at the moment. Almeida still seems to be better off in that number 10 role than he is out wide. I never did that. I know that now, unless I never ever did it, which is very, very rare for me. I swear it's attack. It is inside forward attack. Let's get into it. I'm more than happy with my side. More than confident with it as well. Let's just hope we can put it on the pitch and get some results, because that's the main thing. That's a really, really, really good start to the league. 4-0, and it's a hat-trick for Santos. I feel like I may have brought an absolute beaut there. We are top of the league, but we're one game in. We ain't worrying about that. But yeah, as we're about to see, Santos scores a spectacular Hayward Harrier's debut hat-trick. Fair play to him. So hopefully we can carry that on. But I know I'm never ever going to replace Endrick, but it's more a case of just finding the right players who can suit us, and we can move on from there. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Hit the wrong button. Let's see what the question was. It was something about Ollie Brennan and making his transfer permanent. That I do know. Middlesbrough away and lost their opening game. Just want to say that I've done Milgram's centre half defence duties correctly. Ball playing defender. Yeah, see, I have got that one done in there already. Away we go, and more of the same, please. Very much like that. And it's another win, and it's the same two guys getting on the score sheet. 3-1 victory. Very nice start. And it's good to see this Santos fella. So far, it's looking very, very good for him. Can we keep this up? Now playing up against a team we haven't had overly a lot of success against, which is Leicester City. They've always seemed to have been a tough cookie to crack for me, for whatever reason. Hopefully we can pull one out here. We are the favourites. Yep, Simon Moore, you're not going to get much there out of me, unfortunately. Still need strength defensively, I think. Still think I need a little bit more in there. Can we make it 3 in a row? Yes, we can. Look at this Santos fella. That's 8 in 3 games. That's awesome. I must say, when I went out for looking and scouting, he was a plus in regards of what the scouts were looking at. But when you got a fella that He's that big, who can clearly head the ball, he can score goals, he's quick. It was a no-brainer for me. To replace Endrick's going to be impossible. Kid's a world superstar, and what my plan was to I needed to get in a few big players because Frazao was not particularly very happy at the moment. I tried to offer him a new contract to try and put off any suitors. I don't think there is anyone that's interested in him. But as to why they're not interested in him, I don't know, because this kid is phenomenal. Look what he did last season. He hasn't had the best of starts this season for us. But if you look in the non-competitive part, he did score more goals than he has appearances. Yes, there was 3 penalties in there. I can completely understand that, but so far everything has been really, really good. I feel like I've got a really fantastic front four. A little bit disappointed there with the loss, but we've never seemed to have done very well in the Carabao Cup, unfortunately. And that doesn't stop there. Our poor run continues, unfortunately. And would you believe it, that Santos has been called up into the Spanish side, which is brilliant to see, if I'm going to be honest with you. Scored 9 goals in 4 games for us. What more could I really want out of my forwards? Darren Gordon. Now I was looking at him, and I think the main reason why I've kept him is that he's so versatile. But I do sit there and think that there's going to be some players who I am going to have to part with probably next season. I feel as though anyone that's perhaps 3 stars could be up for the chop, because you want to try and boost the stature of the squad, get these better players in. Whether it's actually possible is another thing, and Santos has won Player of the Month, and I'm not going to lie, I am not surprised. I am just wondering, could I possibly have won Manager of the Month? Probably not. It might even all go on this game here. Let's see where we go here. Okay, we're not disappointed with that. It does actually keep us top of the league by the look of things as well. It does. It's a good result. We seem to do this quite regularly. We always start off really, really well, and then we just wane off a little bit. Transfer window, if I'm going to be completely honest, is I would like to say that my business is done, unless there's anything that really hits out. Danilo, is that the holding mid? It is. No, I'm not interested. You can take him, but you're not having him for nothing. And he's certainly not going to be a squad player. No, he can stay where he is then. I'll always loan players out, but they've got to pay something for him. See, I brought in this guy, Isaac Williams, and yeah, again, they've hit 22 years of age, and his reports has killed him. And I brought in Igor, so I'm going to negotiate this, and I'm going to get the 15 million for him. As far as I'm concerned. And we do. And he's going to join Mainz, which is absolutely fine. It's more money in the bank for a player we're probably not going to use. Is he an international? He is, so we're going to get that money. Even when we had a little look, so yeah, we bought him for 5.75 million. We have made a profit on him, which at worst is where we need to be. Simon Moore, 18-year-old holding mid. We'll negotiate it. We'll try and get his value. I was very shocked if he got an international appearance, but you never know. Fernando Varela. This is the forward I really wanted to try and get. Reports wise, he looks phenomenal. I will yet again try. He's not interested. There is nothing that I can do about it. He was the forward I originally tried to get in before Santos. But unfortunately, he was not keen and it never happened. And he has gone to Milan, which is a bit of a shame. So as you can see, we spent a fair amount of money. When it comes to wages, we're actually at the £2 million mark, which is actually quite a lot of money in all fairness. We do have, if there's any emergency required to try and get in a player in January, there is money there needed, just in case, which is always a bonus. Going to be a case of let's see where we go. Changing subject, Santos has made his international debut, which is brilliant. Yeah, it is a case of see how we go, where we go, and it's just a case of just keep trying to make this squad better. It is now about trying to just filter out those players that are literally 2.5 to 3 stars now. Okay, we are not bottom of the table when it comes to commercial income. We don't do too bad. Could be better still. I'm not going to knock it, that's for certain. We've extended our grounds, we've got a bigger ground, we're a Premier League mainstay now, so yeah, so far good to see. Santos has scored. He could prove to be a very good signing. Well, while I'm at it, I'm just going to check his contract. Just kind of hoping that I didn't put some sort of clause in there. Sometimes it can't be helped, admittedly, but Speaking of the devil, there is a clause in there of £59 million. Okay. We may need to get that changed very, very soon. Can we topple Southampton? They've just dumped us out of the Carabao. Be nice to get one back on them here. And we don't. And unfortunately, a red card left us in the lurch. And it's a really disappointing loss at home. They had two shots on target and they did score twice. We probably were the better side, I'm guessing, up until then. But that's not good. And now we need to be nicking an away win, probably against a team that we perhaps shouldn't be beating, someone like a Newcastle as an example. It's a big shame. I did notice Nunez or Contreras did not play in the middle of the park for me then. It was Milgram that was playing at CDM. Doak's out for a few weeks, which is a shame. He hasn't really figured too much for me lately. Endrick commented he always enjoyed returning to Scraley Road. There's Contreras, he looks like he's fit. What about Nunez? He's back in and playing. Rodgers up top, that's probably the only problem with getting rid of Williams. Santos is hurt. I'm not confident in this one. Yeah, we've been battered. Unfortunately, we've been battered. Well, it's one of those things. I can't knock where a team is sitting right now, that is for certain. Bournemouth away up next. See, he's been a funny player here, so Cifo Reynolds. Someone I've been very, very interested in. I don't think I am now. I'd love to sign him. It's not going to happen though. Unless I can turn this club round and hope we start winning things. And getting a lot of money in the bank. We are favourites here away to Bournemouth, which is nice. Santos goes back up top, which is ideal. I mean, I would take a draw here, but ideally we need to win. Oh, that's a poor result. Well, we've lost 3 in a row in the league, and that is not ideal. Not ideal at all. We need to be doing better than that. Made a profit last month, but I think that might have just been in regards of player sales. So they'll give out manager of the month this month. Is that right? Santos is still top scorer. Be nice to see him carry that on. He's been called up again. Yeah, Emery. Fractured cheekbones. Shame, I'm not fair to. Santos is out for a couple of days. He should be back in time to take on Everton. We are the favourites here, and I think rightfully so. Let's hope we can get a result here, because we need to stop this rot. We need to stop it now. There we go. We got 1-0 down. I do have to say, and I'm going to have a look, but I'm pretty sure Almeida has not really done anything. Okay, he scored, he's got an assist, but when it comes to everyone else, he hasn't really done much. Whereas you look at Frazao, 3 goals and assists. Wanner, 3 goals, 5 assists. You know, I mean, Santos, self-explanatory there. He's been really, really good, but yeah, he's not really done much out on the left-hand side for me at the moment. So it could be an area if he doesn't start bucking his ideas up. He'll either be a left winger or a striker, just because Santos can play out on the left. Palace in 10 days. Wanner's always impressive. Been a really, really good buy for me for 15 million quid. Damaged cruciate ligaments. So we just paid out £750,000 for Gonzalez. Santos playing and scoring. Good man. You're picking up some knocks and some injuries here. Always happy with Paul Wenner, as we've just discussed. Top bowler. We are the favourites away to Palace. It's one of them games where we should do better than what we actually do. So I'm expecting a win, which normally means a draw or a loss. Just can't lose. No, good win. Good win. And help Doak was sent off, but we did enough to take the points. Santos is absolutely rolling. Good for him. Doak sent off. But Santos is still scoring. Well, he hasn't overly taken over from Endrick, but he's having a damn good go at it. I am going to have a look contract-wise. A couple of my players, just because we're doing well, that's the worst thing I wanted. Wanted by Milan. Okay, now this is a good start. What was his? It was 98 million, I think. 101. See, I just don't want that in there. £190 a week. I am paying him 165. The other one was Santos, who has got 59 million. You're not going to get a yearly wage rise out of me. I'll offer you 100k. If you want, do you know what? Let's get rid of it. Let's see what happens. 160. You're not going to get that much out of me. I'll offer you 135. But what was he on 90? Okay. That gets rid of the release clause there, though. So that is a start. Couldn't get rid of Frazao though, which is not handy, although it went up by a couple of million quid. The last thing I need is for someone to be sticking a bid on him. Arsenal are favourites here, but only just. Doak is banned for obviously his bad tackle. Not expecting to be getting a result here against Arsenal, but they are below us in the table, and it doesn't look like there's a lot between us, according to what they are saying. Can we turn them over? Yes, we can. Carlos Contreras has been sent off though, which is not ideal, but more importantly than anything, we walk away with the 3 points. Paul Wanner, the goal scorer, and we are there or thereabouts at the moment. And we're not going to get carried away purely because this happened last season. How much did Adeyemi go to City for? £75 million. He is someone that I did look at in when looking for a forward. I didn't buy him for obvious reasons. Santos has signed a new deal, which has also got rid of his release clause, which is a really, really big thing. And Frazao has signed a new contract. Has not put off Milan though. And I'm not going to lie, this one scares me more than Endrick. Because where I feel as though Endrick's goals weren't replaced immediately, they are now. I might not be able to replace Frazao. Frazao been involved in Young Player of the Month so we have come. Oh, what a shame! We've come second in Manager of the Month there. Thierry Emery injured again. Brighton at home, we are the favourites. Hopefully, we'll chalk up another 3 points here. Oh yes. Frazao, Nunez, 4-0. Moves us up into third. Just intrigued how the bottom of the table is going. Middlesbrough, Southampton and Palace. Just curious here. Slurred up. Okay, he's got a nice relegation release clause. I'm just going to scout him because I do really, really enjoy Andrea Schürrle. He's a very, very good player. Someone I did consider in replacing Endrick because he can play up top, but if I can compare him to Almeida, and there is a bit of age difference as well, but I think I would be edging towards Slurred. Possibly. And if that was the case, Almeida wouldn't be a bad player to be coming off the bench. Luis Roberto. Interesting. Because he hasn't been getting much of a look in for me, and he's been called up to the Brazilian national side. Okay, we're the favourites here. Best 50 players in the world. God. So the moment that he leaves us, he gets in the top 10. Got a new face there. 209 million. I'm in no position to even be considering looking at any of these. It's just more out of interest. A little bit disappointed Endrick's in at 7th. Could have been there when we had him. Just don't lose the game. That's all I ask, don't lose. No, but we win. God, stop it. Santos still top scorer. Frazao is actually still thereabouts as well. This is an excellent start to the season. We could easily be dropping round to 5th or 6th with a couple of bad results, but winning 5 straight in the Prem, we had a really good start, and then we lost 3 on the bounce, and now look, no messing around, we're in a good position. We're not going to get carried away though. I feel as though we are putting together a really decent little squad here, and I reckon if I'm able to keep hold of the majority of these players, we're going to do alright. So Luis Roberto has actually made his debut for Brazil. Are you not happy? 2-star Mazzala. 4-star. Okay. I'm intrigued about this fella here, to be fair. I might start playing him a bit more, you know? Because left back's been a bit of a funny position. Lehman's has been okay. I think he's only 3-star. The AI picks him more often than anyone else at left back. Amy sometimes goes in there. Amy, by the way, is someone that I am looking to possibly depart with at some point. Brought him in a couple of seasons ago, and he was 5-star potential, and he's only ended up at 3, which there's nothing wrong with that, and he's obviously very good. He's an Italian international, but I feel as though I need to do that bit more and be looking towards sort of higher quality players if I'm able to get them. Wolves at home, it's going to be a tough challenge. Favourites again. is comparing Frazao to Mohamed Kaba. Surely that's pretty disrespectful, isn't it? If anyone, he should be comparing him to. That's interesting. So they're putting Almeida in the 10 and Frazao out left. I'm going to take out Amy, and Luis Roberto can't even get on the bench. Not sure about that. I'm going to try him out. Could be a bad move for me here. Well, we've lost 2-0. And that could be straight on me, but it looks like Ollie Brennan's the one that's had a real nightmare. Poor result there from me. Shouldn't really be losing many games at home. West Ham United away from home. Right, it's the type of game we're definitely going to need at least a point after losing Wolves there. I preferably would much prefer 3 points. I wonder if I'd have been a contender for manager of the month before that unfortunate loss. 2 tough away games in London here coming up with West Ham and Tottenham. Frazao has got Young Player of the Month, and Frazao actually come third in Player of the Month. Absolutely outstanding, this kid. Would probably go as far to say he's probably been my best signing on any save I've done so far. Right, just don't lose. I'll be pleased with at least 2 points. Oh, nice. That's actually a really good win. That makes up for the Wolves loss. This is rather tight at the top of the table here. We've really slapped the games out this episode. Normally get about 12 to 13 in, and we're already at 14. And I reckon we might be able to get in at least another 2 or 3, you know. Just look at Liverpool down the bottom now. And Arsenal and Tottenham. Crazy looking league table. We're the favourites to beat Tottenham away from home. I'd take a draw now if you gave it to me. No word of a lie. Wow, we got a win. I believe City and Newcastle have just drawn. Yeah, City have drawn away from Bournemouth. Newcastle must have played yesterday by the look of things, but this is pretty incredible. I'm intrigued because Santos is the top scorer with 14. Is Haaland still at City? He must be. He's injured. Damaged cruciate ligaments. Okay. Well, that is only a help to everyone else in the league, to be completely honest. Contreras, 5 yellow cards, will face a suspension. We now have Chelsea at home. Chelsea are a funny team. Just, I don't know if I'm surprising myself with this side or what, but we're favourites. Santos and Frazao on the bench. Let me just have a look at something. We've got a week's break. Then we've got Liverpool away. Part of me sitting there thinking maybe I should be playing a stronger side here. We're at home. Yeah, I can appreciate it. If you've got to take off Tottenham hire Cristiano Ronaldo as manager, get a result here. Ah, 2-0. Ah, it's 2 late goals. What a shame. Losing too many games at home, if I'm honest with you. If anything, our away record's been phenomenal. Wow. Carlos Raymondo is unhappy. This is the goalkeeper I brought in. Wow, there's been bids for him. Interesting. So we brought him in for £6 million. I'll find you a new club as soon as I can then. Do you know what? We'll just accept them both just because. I did get him in as a look at being first team goalkeeper, but oh look, now he's now he's ill. Hassan Udrago is unhappy. Yeah, he's not playing a lot. He's very good and very versatile. I wasn't overly sure whether that was going to be what I really wanted to do there. But he's worth a few quid. I'm not sure over them. Give me 20 million quid and you got a deal. I'll accept it reluctantly. chances are we won't get anything out of that deal because he'll probably end up going to Roma. Just the way that it goes. Klopp's position at Arsenal is under threat. Okay. So I'm not expecting this to be easy, if I'm going to be honest with you. Liverpool are completely still no mugs. They've got a really good squad. If I get a draw, I'll be happy. If I get a win, I would probably say it's up there with possibly being a miracle. Miracles can happen. That is crazy. What a good win that is. Craziness. Amy's suspended now for the Manchester United game. And Raymondo is going to Celtic. So transfer may eventually rise to £32 million. Okay. We are a part of his wage contribution, which is going to be for a few years in all fairness, but that's just how it is. And Ouedraogo is going to Roma. So we most definitely have a few quid in the bank, and we might be a few players short from like on the bench and stuff like that. So if we have a look, we've got 61 million. The wage budget does need to be increased there, but we got enough for to probably get in a really good player or two there. But what we're going to do is we are going to play this game against Manchester United, and we will call it an end of the day there. We have flown through here. Absolutely flown through. Probably, well, it normally takes me, I mean, we're halfway through the season, which is incredible. 2 home games against 2 Manchester clubs, so our first match of the next episode will be Manchester City, which will be a banger, no doubt. Okay, let's go. Let's give it hell. Let's get a result here. It looks like Rodgers has got in over Almeida as well, which I never would have thought. Let's get a result here. Let's really... Oh, we lost another one at home. Oh, what a shame. So we're very, very nearly halfway through the season, and we are sitting third, and we are above City, and we're below a couple of other Newcastle and Wolves, who you never probably would have thought that we would have been there. So that is the end of this episode, and it's been quite a good one. Santos has really proven his worth coming in. Frazao's been phenomenal as always. And we're sitting here with a really, really good chance of heading towards somewhere around the 70-point mark. So, really, really good. Lots coming up with January as well. And we've got some money in the bank, getting rid of some players who are not playing. So, give us a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you for another Creative Club episode next week. Have a good one.